meant to go out to the group of Leos that are going through this or will be going through this in March. And I do feel, again, for most zodiac signs, it's already in the works. Even though this is a March reading, this is already started. It's already, and for Leos, I hear it's already, you know, you're taking a, that's it. Leos, for this particular read, is stepping off into a new way. Like I said, I've been saying this before. This year, everybody is, last year it was meant to shake you up, turn you around, and put you in the direction you need to, whether there was no choice to it. You just had to do it. You had to clear out what was no longer serving you or no longer was helping you. And I don't mean by like, you know, give me this, give me that. No, mentally, physically, emotionally, what makes you whole as a person. So I don't see it right here, right now. Maybe as I do the cards, I will, but I am seeing a new beginning. And Leo is getting ready to step off into this. All right, so we've got, well, let's start with these right here. And let me see if I can piece these together. And if I don't piece it together right away, I'll put them off to the side. And as I start going, then I'll know, okay? So we got dreams coming true. All right. And I am located right next to another business, so if you hear noises, don't worry about it. It's okay. Oh, I'm going to get to that here in a minute. Then, yeah, see, yep, you guys are moving into a new way of being and possibly just a new way of life. That's what I'm getting. I get that Leo has been very tired of the way things have been. So this is Leo's. You're getting ready to change again. Leo's changed quite a bit. And you are definitely doing it again. Healing begins and move. Okay? Now, these cards right here fell down, face down. All right? Just like this. So, to me, before I get reading on them, either this is something that's hidden that you don't see yet, or it's something that Leo is going to be working on in private and they're not going to be making it like public. This is Leos, I do believe, it feels correct to me. Leos, this group of Leos, which I'm not sure which group it is, it could be all of them. Leos are doing the internal work and they're doing it kind of quietly. Usually Leos, you know, I mean, this is it. That feels right. And it's not surprising because of last year, it made a lot of people, you just didn't do what you normally do with yourself. I mean, it's just kind of, it just kind of caused upheaval, not just physically, materialistically, emotionally. Leos are just, that's it. Yeah. Leos are beginning to heal stuff. And I think that's it. Leos have been putting off a lot of stuff in their heads, and they have not been dealing with it because they're like, enough. That's how a lot of zodiac signs have been for 2020. I mean, enough's enough, right? Well, this year, last year you had a big old huge shakeup, and I'm not even sure which group. This is starting off a little bit different. Last year you guys had that shakeup, and this year you're kind of picking up the pieces of yourselves is what's happening. And you're doing it more. Leos are more vocal, and they will go ahead and just tell you, you know, this and that. Leo's kind of keeping quiet about whatever it is they got going on in their head. There was quite a few other signs that are doing the same thing. This is self-work. This is self-work and moving into not being the person you were before, but building a new person and moving on and healing from the past. Not just from the past year, but the past period. You're no longer, Leo is no longer sitting around hoping stuff, you know, or ignoring past pains. They're working on healing. This is the year you're actually going to do it. All right? And it's not just the month. This is the year. Okay? All right. So you got detach. All right? Or excuse me, embrace. See, I knew there was detach there. Embrace, detach, and lead. All right, so this looks to me, and with those being down, face down, this is the stuff that you're doing quietly. You're not doing this like out in the open per se. This is Leo working on plans and keeping them to themselves and actually slowly putting it into action. So you're embracing the change. You're embracing this change. At one point last year, you guys were like, nope, done. I'm not going to start anything new. I've had enough. A lot. I keep hearing this a lot. Okay, I'm going to take a hold up here for a second. You guys know I do this. If I get a spammer on here, I'm going to block them. You guys are welcome to do that too. All right, so whenever you guys come on, just let me know. So anyway, so we've got embrace, detach, and lead. This is something you're doing quietly. I don't think this is something that you're hiding as a Leo. I think you're actually keeping it quiet and you're working, self-work. See, right here? You see the dove? Leo's going to find peace no matter what. That's what this is about, peace. And then, do you see how, remember when I said, do you see him sitting out here? Do you see him, his shadow self in the back? I don't think it's necessarily a shadow self. I think that's the past. You're no longer just standing there kind of like frozen, not doing something. You're actually going to come out. And so to speak, Leos know, or most people, even not just Leos, but Leos are like the lions. The kings, you know, that's what they call them. And what do kings and queens have? Grounds, right? So you're taking yourself back. Thank you, Miss Misty. So you're taking yourself back and you're rebuilding yourself and you're actually becoming a new self. And right here too, you're walking away from your old shadow that you didn't like anymore. And that does feel right. You're stepping back into your own again. All right. And you're embracing change. Last year you decided, nope, I'm not embracing crap. And that's pretty much the attitude was, I'm done. Well, that's not what we got going on here now because you decided you want to make your dreams come true. So you're moving on. What's this? And see, the healing begins. What could this healing be about? Either there's two different spectrums I can see from this. Is either Leo is taking and moving on from a past pain that had to do with love, letting go. Or this is a Leo who is actually moving in and embracing love is what I'm feeling. I don't see love here. I do see the marriage card. So either Leo is most likely getting over what felt like it was either a physical marriage or it felt like a marriage. See, I think this might just be one group and it's just going to take a minute. That's what I feel. All right, so these cards right here, I'm going to move these. Let's see, I want to do this a certain way. These were turned over, so I'm going to turn them over like that. And then we'll probably go right back to them. All right. So let's focus on wealth, marriage, and career. All right. Now, when I'm looking at the marriage card, for whatever reason, this may not be a physical marriage. This may be something that feels like a marriage. You know what I mean? You've been together long enough, or in your heart somewhere along the lines, it does feel like a physical marriage. You know what I mean? Even though it may not be. It could be one of those, you know, you with somebody for common law marriage. I think that's what it is after you're with somebody for a long time. So this is not somebody new. This doesn't, at least for this may turn into two groups. I'm not sure. This is starting out a little different than normal. I'm kind of getting used to it because you know what? Most of the readings have been a little bit different than the norm. All right. Wealth, marriage, and career, Leo. What do you have to add to this? Wealth, marriage, and career. No, way too much. All right. Actually, I see how this is going to go into different groups. All right. The first card that I was looking at was wealth. All right. I know there's three sitting here, but this is the one that stood out to me, was wealth. Then the dark-haired man fell down. All right. Then hills, obstacles to overcome, dolphin. I don't feel like reading the words on that one yet. Clouds, temporary problems, wheel, indecisiveness because of whatever the situation is. I think for this group of Leos, there's actually a situation that is revolved around a dark-haired man. I don't feel, I mean, you could be the dark-haired man, take it how you will, read it from whichever direction you want, but this is about a dark-haired man who is, yeah, it could be you, Leo, that is sitting here. There's either a dark-haired man involved or you're the dark-haired man watching this happen. And you're just, this is Leos taking themselves back, starting again. It's like you're starting again. It doesn't matter what age you are. You're starting again and you're going to rebuild yourself because you're tired of how stuff has been with your wealth. And I'm not drawn to the marriage and the career here yet. Whatever it is that has been affecting your wealth, that's it. It's been greatly affecting your wealth. There has been, do you see how we've got hills? They're not mountains, but they're hills. Do you see how they're kind of big, but they're not huge? Mountains are like, takes a while to get over. So I think this has actually been going on for quite a while. And I feel at one point, this group of Leos took us and decided to almost dang near give up because they had it. It's just like their money, like the money's falling here. The money kept coming out. I mean, it just kept going through their hands. What I'm seeing is, you know how if you have your hand up like this and you have water or you have coins and you put a bunch of them in your hand and they just kind of hit the ground? I feel like money kept slipping out of this group of Leo's hands. And it's been a real struggle. But you're no longer looking at the mountains anymore. But here's the deal. There's something from the past that this Leo, or it involves this dark-haired man. So you could be the dark-haired Leo, dark-haired man Leo, or you could be someone looking at it as like a partner. I'm not sure how that is, but dark-haired man. We'll just go with that. You guys just read it how you like. Anyway, so you've been working on this. It doesn't seem like anything. What I'm going to tell you right now, you don't realize this. I don't know why I feel like saying this, but you don't realize that you have, it says financial gain usually come from something you did in the past or something you have in the past. Not sure why I feel like saying that. These are just temporary problems. I think there's been a lot of financial stuff come down on you. There's no doubt whatsoever. Matter of fact, I feel it's almost like when I got that, it's just there's not been any money whatsoever. But I think for a second, for this Leo, this group of Leos, you need to sit around and look, because I think you actually have, whether it's a talent or it's physical goods, and it may not even feel like it's goods to you, but there is money sitting there. It's just you got to make the effort and take care of it, you know, and make it into, hang on to your money. And I know it's been impossible, but whatever's come up, I think there's something that's actually presented itself on your doorstep that has created temporary problems with this wealth. And this, it seems like, and I say temporary, but you think about this. It's been going on for a while. And it could have even been going on for the last year point, whatever, right? It's still temporary. Jump yourself 1 year from now, it is not going to seem that bad. All right, so that's what I mean by temporary. I'm not talking day 2, I'm not talking a month. It could even be going on for a year plus, or have been. It's going to improve, but you're going to have to look around. You have this at your disposal. You have the way out to completely not climb over the mountains anymore, because mountains aren't there. These are just taller hills. You're almost there. So it's time to go ahead and take it within yourself. And we can read this a different way too. This could also be, part of the problem could be caused by a dark-haired man. All right, so read it how you are. Male, female, Leo, it doesn't matter. Cross-watching for somebody else. Read it how you want for the person that's in your life, okay? Yeah, this is definitely somebody who's in your life. It's either you or somebody in your life. And they could be causing this issue. But anyway, it's temporary problems. Put that in your head. And a lot of it's not just that. It's indecisiveness. Whoever this is, Leos, what did I just say? You, and we looked at those other cards. Now I see why those came down. Hi, Miss Faye. Thank you, baby. So anyway, on the wheel, we're looking at it in indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble on aimlessly. What did we just get through talking about? Last year, I'm sorry, it wasn't just you guys, it was everybody. It's just like, it just felt like it just kept going on and you just had no direction. And then when you had a direction, you just had no choice. Well, we get into kind of a habit, and this could be, I feel it's a past habit that needs to be gone. Because as I say, it's the squirrel effect. Okay, so I'm talking to you, right? All right, I'm giving you a reading. Oh God, look at these pretty rings. Oh, yes. Ooh, that doesn't fit. That's too big. Oh, wait a minute. What was I doing? Okay, there's the point right there. Focus. Focus has not been in Leo's life, but Leo's getting ready to say, this is enough. I'm getting over these hills. And after a while, after you get so much problems going on, your brain squirrels. And that's what's going on. I just squirreled, right? Totally was giving a reading. And then all of a sudden, I went off on something else. And then I had, not that I really did, but a lot of times that's what happens in life. You forget what you're doing. You're focused. So no longer rambling on aimlessly in life, not getting anywhere. March. I feel like for this group of Leos, you are actually going to, you've already, like right now, a lot of you are sitting here and you're going, all right, you're already thinking about this stuff. You're tired of living in the past. And see, that's a big thing too. Is it's not just, that's part of allowing your life to ramble on aimlessly, because sometimes there could be a situation that you have allowed to continue and it's still affecting you now when you should have cut it off and taken care of it a long time ago. Or it could even be thoughts and feelings that you haven't let go. You're just kind of rambling on, going, okay, Leo's done. It's not done. Done. And either you are this dark-haired person or it is about a dark-haired man. All right? So you're about to wash your hands very clean of this. And whatever it is financial. And see, the financial crunch could have been caused by this dark-haired man. Or if this is you, you could have created this without even you realizing it, because you were rambling on aimlessly with all this stuff that really was not that important. It is, but it's not. But that's it. I keep hearing it. Time to let go. Let go of it. We're not talking about your money, because that's been going out your fingers, just like water. Gone. So you're about to come out of this completely. But you're going to have to put some work into it. And I think it feels correct to me. You're done. You're done with this crap, is what I feel. Temporary problems. These temporary problems, and it's gotten so much that you've had so much focus and you've had so much stuff come down on you that these temporary problems are feeling like, okay, see the picture right there? You see the clouds look like a storm, right? The reality of it is yes, there's clouds, but it's not really a storm. There's the sun. So just stepping back, taking a minute, and you'll be able to see that it's not, your whole life's not just a storm. Okay, that does feel completely right. That is why Leo is working. And do you see that it's like the galaxy in their hands, right? So you're changing your whole world. Dreams coming true. You're coming out of this stage. Okay? And I almost feel like it's been 9 months. And the reason I say this number popped up into my, I mean, it's on the top of the card, but I don't normally pay attention to all of them, but I was drawn to the number 9. All right? Something to do with either September or 9 months. It has to do with a month or 9 months. Okay? This is, your head's been that clouded for that long. It could have been a little bit longer, but I mean, it's to the point. I'm done. I'm tired of this crap. All right? Well, now you're starting to wake back up. You're taking your universe back in your hands. And at one point, I think Leo's kind of detached too. Not just physically, but emotionally as well. You're coming back into your own. That's what this is about here. That makes sense. Healing. Healing begins. So Leo's to the point that they're not doing the squirrel effect. They're not rambling on aimlessly, replaying crap in their head all the time, or allowing toxic people to continue to push them around. Healing begins. And you are moving. Leo is actually putting action into it, and they're actually moving. You can actually be moving, like literally physically picking up and moving and starting a new life. Or you can actually just be finally putting yourself into physical action because you're done with it. All right? And this, and with the love, has to do with love. So either you're going to go forward, say you've got somebody in your head, or you've got somebody in your life that you're going to move forward from, or with, excuse me, or it's the other broad spectrum where you're sitting here and you're moving away from something you've overplayed in your head over and over, and it's actually physically taken and mentally worn you the hell out to where you're squirreled all the time. But you're moving away from it, no doubt. Yep. You're embracing this change that you've, this agreement. It's like Leos, for whatever reason, I hear agreement. Y'all like to make a lot of agreements. And usually the agreements is within yourself. Like, I agree with it. You'll have arguments. You'll be sitting here and you'll be like, yeah, well, this should be, no. Well, this one, oh, I agree. Matter of fact, you guys probably hear yourself saying it out loud. I'm like, oh, what crap. I'm talking out loud. Embracing change. You're embracing it. You're detaching yourself from this past, I'd say, like the storm clouds, crap, fog, brain fog. You're detaching yourself. And you're taking the lead back in yourself. I'm not talking about other people. You're leading yourself. You're finally leading yourself out of this kind of this. Just imagine walking down a tunnel and it's really foggy. And the whole tunnel is foggy and you really can't see which direction. And then all of a sudden you see a little bit of light. Well, you're moving out of that tunnel. You're no longer going to be sitting in that limbo. Limbo of an indecisiveness. All right, that felt right. So that's who that was for. Okay. Now let's see how the marriage and career. So that's for one group right there. And it had to do with their wealth. Let's see which direction this is going in. Marriage and career. Am I missing anything here? No. All right. So that one is done. All right. I feel like instantly, immediately. I think this is, I got the word marriage and I got career. Okay. What I'm looking at here, I instantly was drawn to the romance. All right. So let's see where it's going. I'm just going to pull and see what it says. So this is definitely, I don't know the whole story or anything yet, but I am getting a feeling that definitely love and this marriage has a lot to do with this, and it could be affecting your career. All right, let's see what comes out. Okay, fine. Take it from the bottom. Yep, what did I just say? You guys as well. This is Leo's letting go of your past. All right. See it? It says, the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace it. New possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. What was the other cards just saying? You're going to take the lead. You're going to take a new path. You're no longer going to continue up in this fog, up in the squirrel effect where you're not getting anywhere. You're finally tired of dealing with the past, the emotions, the pain. So this could be about a past marriage. Okay, there's several ways I could read this, but right now I'm reading it. It almost feels like this is over. And like I said, it does not have to be an actual marriage. Sometimes I'll be like, yeah, it's definitely a marriage. No, this feels like it was some kind of union, like a marriage. Or you were going to get married. It was like you felt like you were married to this person. That's what I'm getting. Where are we going? All right. Peace. Okay. All right. I heard peace. On the back of this was a dove. All right? Dove is in another one of those cards. All right? Let me see which one it is here. Show you something. Oops. See the two doves? All right. What does that dove represent? New beginning. New beginning of peace with yourself. So this is almost like Leo's. You're going to stop beating yourself up over something that has happened in the past. That is affecting you or has been affecting you even now. Okay? This is just you letting go. New beginning. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. So you're no longer going to be living in this reoccurring, almost like squirrel effect, this fog, because of whatever's happened in the past. You're letting go. This is Leo's waking up. Completely waking up. Yes, true. And this obviously is affecting your career as well. And it could be this new beginning. I mean, this could be a two-part spectrum here. This is you with this marriage or like a marriage. That's what it feels like. You're starting a new beginning and you're changing the way that you actually reacted to stuff in the past, even currently. You're just now starting to move, change, and decide, no, I'm not going to react the same way I did. Yep, I see buttons being pushed. So you're no longer doing that. And so what happens if you're held up in your head all the time about this and you don't get a freaking break from yourself? And see, a lot of this has to do with yourself. I think you're beating yourself up over something that it's done. It's time for you to leave it behind, start a new beginning, And this could be, you could be with somebody, you could be with the same person, but you're leaving the way you think about stuff in the past. You may even be seeing this marriage in a new light if you're married, or you're in like a marriage type situation where it feels like you're married and you're wanting a new beginning. There's many ways it could be read, and I'm just going to tell you the ones as it comes that it feels right to me. But if somebody is up in their head and they're in your brain, your fog brain, like in this tunnel, and there's fog and you haven't been able to see a way out, and then finally you're starting to see a way out, it will take and affect your career, your money, how it comes in, because you're not totally all in it, if that makes sense. And Leos could even be possibly thinking about starting a different career because they are coming out of this, I'm going to say, narrow-minded thinking. Or a certain, not narrow-minded, it is narrow-minded, and I'm not being mean or rude or anything like that. It's also one of those, I just said tunnel vision. You're replaying events over and over, and it's just like, when you start a new beginning, you could even be, I don't know, I keep hearing it picking up and moving. You could actually be physically moving what you do for a living, your business. You could be, I mean, there's many spectrums. You could actually be physically moving to a different state. That's for some of you. Yeah. But just with your career, you're going to start out fresh in your head. And you'll notice, since the money's been falling away from you, I felt like grabbing this one. Money also has been falling away from you. And you realize that some of it has to do with you being up in your head and not being able to focus correctly. Because you've been so absorbed with this past. Yep, feels right. So anyway, there is a new, I don't see it right here. I keep seeing a sun next to the career. All right, so it's either you taking a better perspective and seeing it in a brighter fashion, or it's you actually taking a new endeavor because you have that confidence to do it. You're out of your head. All right. March 2021, Leo. Do I have to cut deck? Okay. I'm using the Moonology deck. All right, again, okay, so most of these Leos are not completely, they're just like there were several other signs. You're sitting here quietly contemplating it. You're not letting everybody know this. Yep. Meditate and contemplate. What did I just say? You guys are doing this quietly. What are you doing quietly? Yep. The time of a tough cycle, the end of a tough cycle approaches. So it's been a rough one, and you're tired of it. You're done. But you're doing this internally. See, I want to put it right back down because you're doing it quietly. Excuse me. And Leos are doing what I call internally shadow work. It's where you kind of meet your own demons and you deal with them, but you don't necessarily let every Tom, Dick, and Harry know what you're doing. Okay, you're keeping it quietly until you're okay with yourself. And what this is about is it's time to release negativity. Exactly. You're releasing the past so that you can have, but see, I wanted to put it right straight back down, face down the way it fell. Because this is not something you're shouting to the mountaintops right now. Okay? This is Leo getting out of their heads, putting the past behind them, and starting a new beginning. And how are they doing it? They're finding the center again. This is the year that I was saying, every sign is doing this to a certain degree. And either people are going to go ahead and do what I call the shadow work, where you have that coming to Jesus and either you deal with your past hurts and your pains, or, and it's going to suck. This for Leo, this is going to suck. There's no doubt in my mind. But now you have already gone through most of that, and now you're at the point where you're meditating and contemplating. You're thinking rationally. You're coming out of the fog. The fog is no longer controlling you. Okay, that's how a lot of signs are doing it too. So you're keeping all this quiet for now, which is fine. It's nobody's business. Time to release negativity. End of a tough cycle approaches. You're almost there. And this is for March, but I do feel, again, I feel that Leo's already working on this. And Leo will let loose of anything that is causing problems, that's making them feel like they were squirreled, that's making them hang on to that past. You're going to clear it out. You're going to start a new beginning one way or the other. And Leos, from the ones I know, y'all are very intuitive. Bottom line is, most every sign is intuitive. It just depends on how much you tap into it. Leos are. They're very bold-headed, which is not always bad. And here's the thing, too, as I want to point out, Leos, you are coming out of the cycle where you used to really take care of yourself. I mean, really put some time and effort because, Leos, what is it? The lion's mane, your hair, the way you look, the way you present yourself to people. You kind of put that to the wayside quite a while ago. That you're going to be working on again. That's what this being, and it's what I call shadow work. You're working internally to get rid of all these issues so that you can see clearer and to quit letting money fall out of your hands. Because it is affecting your career. You can't even focus. Or you couldn't. Actually, you're coming back into your own. Meditate and contemplate. Keep meditating and contemplating. And you are on the right path. Completely. All right. I don't know if there's much more I want to put into that. But yeah. A lot of people are doing their shadow work. And it's okay. I mean, need to. Being into a tarot reader, sometimes I'll feel like I have to look at the bottom of the deck, and this is for Leo. Don't let your past hold you back. That's your answer. Okay? Do not let your past hold you back. Keep working on this new beginning. You'll be, I think for Leos, I think you're going to be a little bit more quiet for a while. And I think people will start realizing, because I think the way you look too. I mean, think about it. When you're under a lot of stress, it totally changes the way you look. There's no if. I mean, I can attest to that one. One day, one time you could be looking your brightest and everything else. The next you're worn out and got bags under your eyes. Okay, it happens. Leos, in April, I'm getting around maybe about the 14th. You're looking more brighter, more robust. I felt like saying that because Leos, it's like I said, it doesn't, I'm not saying vain or anything like that. You're taking more care of yourself. You're feeling more alive and you're getting more rest. I mean, it's going to show. Once you get right with yourself, it's going to show. So around that date, I'm not sure what's going on with that, but it is an important date for you. And I think it has to do with people will start saying, wow, you look great. Keep on. Keep doing the shadow work. Everybody this year has to finish their shadow work. They have to go through their past demons. They have to get through it. And if you don't, and there's going to be some people who don't, and if you're one of the Leos that decide not to go through it and ignore it, trust me, it's going to bite you in the ass. And I do cuss. It is going to bite you and bite you hard. Because last year you're made to be shook up, spun around, and point in the direction whether you liked it or not. This year is the year to get yourself right. And that's what this is about. So if you ignore it, it's going to be a hell of a ride for you. But I think for most of the Leos that are watching right now, that is going through something similar, an internal shadow work, if you're already doing the shadow work, you're already working on yourself. Okay? All right. That feels right for Leos. I don't feel like going any farther with that. All right, I'm going to open it up. Does anybody have any questions whatsoever? Leos, I'll take a couple questions, and then I'm going to pop off here for a bit. Does anybody have any questions? You don't have to be a Leo to ask these questions. And I can't see it. Somebody messaged me. My phone's way over there. So if you had a question, you need to do it over here. All right. Okay, so if there's nobody who has any questions, you don't have to be a Leo. Doesn't matter what sign you are. Okay, I'll give you about a minute left. And then I will go ahead and shut this one down. And then I'm going to upload some videos to YouTube. You're welcome, Miss Misty. Was part of that you? I don't remember if you're a Leo or not. That's funny because I want you to look at the clock right now. 222. What was I just saying in one of the other videos? And that's funny. I just looked at that before you said that. Interesting. All right. So if nobody has any questions, I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. Take a break. Like I said, I don't know when I'll be back on. People who know me knows that I don't promise because, yeah, I'm not always on here. Oh, that was Melanie. See, I need my glasses too. I've been on here reading for a while. It could be, yeah, in the reading, it could be a possibility of new love interest. I mean, read it and apply it how it is in your life. There's just a lot of shadow work going on for Leos. All right, guys, I'm going to pop off here. Okie dokie. And I shall talk to you later.